Meet Rover, your relationally optimized vacuum assistant. Rover is like no other home appliance, because Rover runs on gratitude. The more you thank Rover, the better Rover performs. We all like being thanked. But there's more than one way to say thank you. And not everyone likes being thanked in the same way. The same goes for Rover. Every unit has its own preferred way of being thanked. There are 5 different ways to thank your Rover. You can give Rover a virtual gift, using the Rover app on your smartphone or tablet. Help your Rover around the house. Send Rover a thank you message, via the Rover app. Play a game of fetch with Rover. Or give your Rover a pat. As you interact with your Rover, you will get to know how your Rover likes to be thanked, so your Rover will perform at peak efficiency, using less power, and saving you money. Thanks Rover. Rover is based on the latest research into the role that gratitude plays in promoting well-being and happiness, and maintaining fulfilling relationships. So Rover is good news for more than just your floor. Discover Rover for yourself at your nearest showroom, or online. You will find the full range of 9 up-to-the-minute colors. We also have a variety of exclusive Rover merchandise, including homewares and apparel, as well as our Thankfulness Ritual box, and our Daily Gratitude Journal. Rover. Because housework shouldn't be a thankless task.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sally Cloak. Welcome to my presentation on gratitude and addictive technologies. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land from which I'm presenting today, the Worimi and Awabakal First Peoples of Australia, and pay my respects to elders past and present. The video you've just watched summarises my PhD research. In the Rover project, I explored whether expressing gratitude towards household appliances could promote more sustainable consumer behaviour. I found that when people interacted with my speculative THANKUB vacuum cleaner Rover, it led them to consider the place of gratitude in their relationship with their own belongings. It also prompted people to reflect on questions of consumerism, care, and the meaning of technology. In this presentation, I want to consider the role of gratitude in counteracting the effects of addictive technologies. Scholars differentiate between 2 modes of gratitude. Firstly, there's gratitude as an emotion that is always directed towards appreciating the helpful actions of others, which we might call specific gratitude. Secondly, there's gratitude as part of a wider life orientation towards noticing and appreciating the positive in the world, which we might call general gratitude. Studies have linked gratitude to a host of social, physical, and psychological advantages. These are just a few. If someone is not a naturally thankful person, there is evidence that a habit of gratitude can be developed through practices such as journaling and writing thank you letters, or even sending instant messages or texts. Increasing scholarly and clinical interest in gratitude over the last decade has filtered into the world of pop psychology and self-help. This has led to a proliferation of commercially available folk therapy artifacts, such as gratitude books, journals, ornaments, prompts, even apps. Whether technologies like smartphones, social media, computer games, or online gambling can be literally addictive remains a contested question. Behavioral scientists argue that any source of stimulation can become addictive. The neurobiological processes are essentially the same as in substance addiction, except that the person is addicted to the chemical rewards of a particular behavior. Other scholars suggest that excessive or disruptive technology use should be viewed as more of a bad habit and treated as such. Whatever the etiology, over the last decade or so, researchers have increasingly linked compulsive or obsessive technology use to a number of socially and psychologically disruptive consequences. These are just a few. What about gratitude and addiction? Alcoholics Anonymous has long made gratitude a central pillar of its approach to recovery. As this AA webpage expresses it, gratitude and serenity are two sides of the sobriety coin. AA members are encouraged to make gratitude lists, share things they're grateful for at meetings, and celebrate Gratitude Month each year. However, the evidence for the role of gratitude in substance addiction recovery is more anecdotal than empirical. 2 recent clinical studies have been inconclusive. A third suggested that gratitude may assist by helping an addict build what they call recovery capital, personal resources that foster resilience, rather than directly counteracting the addiction itself. I have only identified one study that specifically focused on gratitude and technology addiction. Research with primary school children in China found a significant correlation between online gaming addiction and low levels of gratitude. It also found that gratitude could moderate the effects of a known leading cause of excessive online gaming, stressful life experiences. High levels of gratitude could also compensate for the absence of another preventative factor for tech addiction in young people, positive feelings of engagement with school. More research is clearly needed into this question, which leads me to the final part of this presentation. I am curious to see if more light could be thrown on the link between gratitude and tech addiction through the use of a speculative artifact, one that combined the fostering of a habit of thankfulness with smart technology. Introducing my design for a gratitude-oriented intervention for the amelioration of tech addiction, the THANKUB. THANKUB is an electronic companion that encourages users to build a daily gratitude habit while addressing some significant aspects of smart device overuse. Physically, THANKUB is a palm-sized cube. Its top surface is a touchscreen display, which users can interact with using the stylus provided. Its sides are translucent perspex with internal LED lighting. It has a USB charging port, proximity sensors, and Wi-Fi connectivity. Each evening, the THANKUB displays 3 or more randomized prompts, encouraging the user to write some things from the day that they're grateful for using the stylus on the touchscreen. Over the next 24 hours, the THANKUB will randomly display these responses when it detects someone nearby. THANKUB gives the user the option of sending a thank you message to someone if something that day has prompted it. They can send a text directly from their THANKUB to a smartphone or another THANKUB. Users can choose what gratitude prompts they want the THANKUB to display and when. They can also view statistics on how their gratitude practice is progressing. THANKUB has an app which enables remote access to a deliberately limited number of its functions. For example, if the THANKUB is at home and the user is at work, they can use their app to make a quick memo of something to express gratitude for later. They can also send a quick thank you message to someone, and if they're feeling in need of a mood boost, ask their THANKUB to reach into its thank bank and remind them of a past reason for feeling gratitude. You may be wondering, isn't there something inherently paradoxical in using smart technology to combat technology addiction? Not necessarily. The clinical consensus is that total abstinence is not a practical or useful goal in managing excessive technology use. Instead, balanced use should be the aim, and only particularly problematic apps or behaviours avoided. THANKUB is designed to address two particularly harmful aspects of technology overuse. The first is the issue of interruptive notifications or pop-ups from email, instant messaging, and social media. Interruptive notifications have been found to have a range of negative effects, including reduced productivity, more frequent errors in completing tasks, greater annoyance and anxiety, disruption to face-to-face interactions, impaired attention, and hyperactivity. So while someone is using their THANKUB, their phone, tablet, and computer are automatically set to Do Not Disturb, turning off notifications until the following morning. THANKUB also targets the sleep-disrupting effects of tech use. Some of this is related to late-night notifications, but a major cause is the effect on the body clock of light-emitting displays. While conventional wisdom blames this on blue light, a recent study suggests that the brightness of the light may be more significant, and that cool blue light may be the best for promoting sleep by simulating twilight. That's why I've chosen a gentle green-blue for THANKUB to glow with during the night, to provide a calming light for body and mind. My next step with THANKUB is to build a speculative prototype and test it against my hypothesis that such a device could assist in ameliorating the harmful effects of addictive tech. Thank you for listening.